What is this? Has my sister been in my room? Well, howdy, it's your boy Tyler again, and I decided to make a video explaining how I solve a Rubik's Cube. Alright, I got some tea and now I'm ready to show y'all. So for me to show you, we're just gonna go down to a hand camera. Right, so don't mind my hands or anything, but this is the cube solved. Now we're just gonna go ahead and mix it, you know what I mean? So, basically, one thing we gotta establish is that the middles never move. So if you look at every single middle, the green doesn't move, the white doesn't move. So like, if I have it like this, it doesn't move, see? That's on every single side. So the yellow doesn't move, red doesn't move, green doesn't move. Of course, unless you move the cube. So that's one thing. Alright, so another thing we gotta keep in mind is each corner has 3 colors on it. So for example, this one has white, blue, and orange. So that's this corner, and then we move on to another corner, white, red, and blue. And that's for each corner. It has 3 colors on each corner. Alright, then another thing we can establish is that each middle piece only has 2 colors. So for example, this one has white and blue, and then like orange and green, green and red, and so on, like all around the cube. Alright, now that we have all those things in mind, we can go ahead and get started solving the cube. So the first step is to find a side you want to do. So you can do red, green, blah, blah, blah. I personally like to start with green, so we're going to go ahead and do green. So the second step would be to get this cross. You see how it's like a cross, kind of? Like just this one, this one, this one, and this one, and that. It's like, psh, psh. It's a lowercase t. So from here, what we're going to do is find the middle pieces that correlate to this middle. So it'd be green on one of these middle pieces. So we're going to go ahead and do that. Right? So on step 2 still, we're going to find the middle that can correlate with the center of the side you've chosen. So for here, we're going to choose green and red. Like you see how the colors are connecting, sort of. We need to put the middle piece there. So it'd be green here and red here on any middle. We got to find it. So let's see, right here. You see how it's green and then red? So what we're going to do is we're going to take red, not green, because that's the side we're working on. We're going to take red and connect it to the red. So we're going to move it, and now it is connected with red. You see how we took the green and red middle and we connected it to the center of the red and the green? You see? Now we're going to do that with all of them. So this one, you see how it's green and then white, even though it's supposed to be orange right here? What we're going to do is we're going to move this to white. So white would be right here. So we're going to go ahead and turn this one all the way upside down. Then turn it over to where it connects with the middle, you see? Then we're going to turn it all the way around. And so now that one connects. So we have this one connecting, green, red, and this one green, white, green, white. Now we're going to go ahead and do green, orange, and then green, yellow. So let's go ahead and find that. We found green, orange. Sorry about the lighting. So bam, we're going to move that out of the way. Now we're going to go ahead and connect it to orange. See? Then we're going to turn it all the way around. Now we have almost the full plus. So now we're going to go ahead and do green and yellow. So it just so happens to be right under. So we're going to turn it away. And now here's a cool little trick that I like to show some of my friends, which is pretty easy, but in the beginning it's hard, and it was hard for me to do. So I turn this, right? It messes up this green. So when you turn it and it connects with that middle, go ahead and turn it onto the plus like that. And then, now this one's messed up, right? Turn it back, and then now you'll have the plus. Now, on to the third step, which is the corners. Now, one way of telling it's a corner that you need is if it has that side's color. So this side would be green, and we're going to go ahead and find a corner with the color green on it. So just so happens there's one right here. So this one's green, orange, and white. So we're going to go ahead and find the corner, like any of these corners are going to house this corner right here. So green, white, and orange. So green's on the top, so that's a given. And then we find white. So that's not white, that's not white, that's not white, that's white. So now we need to find orange. So it should be on the left or right side. And it's on the right side right here. So that means if we use our brain skills, we're going to go ahead and go meow, meow, So this is where that green, white, and orange corner should go. So we're going to go ahead and place this here without messing this up. So to do that, if it's up here where your green plus is, you're going to go ahead and move the right side down, so down, and then move the bottom left, and then bring the right side back up, and you still have this plus. So now this right here, the green, orange, and white, is on the bottom and can be ready to be placed. So depending on if it's on the left or right side facing you, you're going to do different movements, but it's basically the same thing. So we're going to need to put it here. So to do that, we're going to move it the opposite of where it needs to go. So since it's on the left side, we're going to turn the bottom right, and we're going to bring the left side down, then we're going to bring the bottom side back, and then lift the left side back. So now we got that side in, and we're going to go ahead and do that with the rest of the corners. So there's green, yellow, and orange here. We're going to place that into the green, yellow, and orange corner. So it just so happens this one's on the right side. So if it's on the right side, you're going to move it opposite of where it is. So it's on the right side, you're going to move it left, which is opposite of right. And it's going to go like this. Move left, bring that side down, move it back, and then move it back. So now we have 2 corners in successfully. And I'm going to go ahead and do the rest. And bam. Oh, okay. So a lot of people get stuck on this when I try to show them how to do the Rubik's Cube. You see how the green's facing down? It's not facing any side towards you. What you're going to do is you're just going to pretend that you're going to put it in the corner. So there's always going to be an empty space because the green's not plugged in. So you're just going to pretend it's like right here. So then you're going to move it away, bring it down, bring it back, then bring it back. And now it should be facing you right here. But that's the wrong type of phasing. So we're going to have to bring it down and then turn it away and then bring it back up. Now it's facing us. Bam. So we're going to go ahead and place that. And now we have the whole top layer done. And we're going to go ahead and get started on the next step. It's time for a tea break. Bottle caps are so hard. Alright, after that mighty fine tea break, we're on to step 4, which is getting the middle parts for this part of the cube, which is like the second part here, that layer. So one thing we got to remember is the centers don't move, so we don't need to worry about that, but the sides on the center, so the right side right here, and then the left side, so the middle right and the middle left. So we're going to go ahead and find some sides that do not line up. So you see how this one's yellow and red, and that one's yellow and red? That means that one's alright. So now we just gotta go ahead and find other ones. So for example, this one's also done. And now boom, here we go, we found one. So this one's white and orange. And this one's not white and orange, it's yellow and orange. So what we're gonna have to do is we're gonna have to find white and orange. And it could be in any of these other middle ones. So it's not here, it's not here, and it's not here. So that leads us to the bottom part. So it's gonna be on this bottom section. So again, we're going to find white and orange. So we look for white and orange on here. So just so happens we found it right here. So orange and white. And from here, we're going to connect it to its color. So if this was white, we would connect it to white right here. But it's orange. So we're going to connect it. So like if it was right here, boom, we'd connect it. So now it's connected. And we're going to move this right. And then we're going to bring this side down. So now it's connected. What we're going to do is turn it opposite from where it needs to go. So it's orange and white. That means it's going to need to connect to white because it's already connected to orange. So white's not on the right side, but it is on the left side. So we're going to have to turn the bottom right. So we're going to go right. And now we're going to bring that side it needs to go on. So it needs to go on the left side. We're going to bring that side down. Then we're going to bring the bottom back. So boom. Then we're going to bring this left side back up, and then we're going to turn the cube left. And this is only if it's on the left side. So then we're going to go back over here, and we're going to place in the corner as if it was the beginning. So move it away from the side it needs to be in, bring it down, bring it back, and then bring it back. Now we have the orange and white side. Now we're going to go ahead and finish it with this last one. So it's orange and yellow. So I'm going to make a hypothetical situation, if you will. So hang with me. So sometimes it can be placed, but not placed right. So you see how it's orange and yellow? That's also orange and yellow, but as you can tell, it's not the right orientation. So from here, you're just gonna go ahead and pretend that it is not correct and you have the correct one right here. So we did the left one, we're gonna do the right one. So I'm gonna show you how to do that. So if it goes on the right, you're gonna move it opposite of right, which is left. So you're gonna move the bottom left, bring that side down, bring the bottom back, bring that side back. And then we turn the cube right instead of left. So now we're just going to go ahead and place the corner. So turn it away, bring it down, bring it back, bring it back. So now, if it was correct right here, then it would be connected, but we just got it out, like I said. So now we have orange and yellow right here. We're going to connect it to orange, and yellow needs to go on the right side. So we're going to move it left, bring the right side down, bring the bottom right, and then bring it back up, and then turn the cube right. So now we're just going to go ahead and place that corner. Now we have the first two layers done. On to the fifth. So now we're on to the fifth step. Turn the color you're on, so for our case it's green, turn it upside down. So the opposite color of green, which is blue, is up. So blue's up, and what we're going to do is kind of like what we did in the beginning, but not really. So we're going to have to get the plus of this color. So in our case, it's a blue. A blue plus is what we're going to need. So I learned this from my experience. I don't remember if I saw it on YouTube or something, but we're going to be looking at a few patterns. So a few of the patterns are going to be in the color blue. So the pattern would be a straight blue, like a line blue, an arrow like this, 1, 2, 3, and that's basically it. So if you have an arrow, right, you see how it's like 1, 2, 3. What you're going to do is you're going to put the left side of the arrow. So I like to call this the right, and then this is the left. So you're going to put it facing you, and you're going to take this whole side. You see how it's the side right there? You're going to take it, turn it right, bring the right side up, bring the top side left, bring the right side down, bring the top side right, and then bring the whole side back. So you turned it right in the beginning, you're going to turn it left. So now what that does is that changes the placement of blues. So from here, you look and see if you have the straight line or the arrow. So we don't have the arrow because it'd be connecting like an arrow, you know. We have the straight line. So what you're going to do is make the straight line in a hole. You're going to make the straight line in a horizontal line to you. So it's like this, right? From left to right. So 1, 2, 3, both sides pointing away from you. So from here, you're going to do the same thing. So you're going to take the side, move it right, bring the right side up, bring the top side left, and bring the right side down. And then bring the top side right, and then bring the whole side left again. So now we have the blue plus. Congratulations! Bam, bam. And from here, we're going to go ahead and connect the blue plus. Like you see how it's white right here, blue and white. Obviously that's not white. We're going to have to find each of these things. Right, on to the sixth step. And that is making this plus complete with the side it goes down to. So for example, this is blue, red. Now we're going to have to find the blue and red here, and we're going to have to place it. So we're going to go ahead and find any color that matches. So we're going to use yellow, blue and yellow. We're going to connect yellow to its center. So we're going to move it all the way to yellow. Now it connects, and we're going to see if any other color connects. And there's going to be 3 different scenarios. If you connect one of them to its center. So either they're all going to connect, bam, you're going to go ahead and do the next step. 2, they're going to have 2 connected, or 3, this is going to be the only one that connects. And if it's this is the only one that connects, then you're going to have to go ahead and do a different color. So we're going to go ahead and look, bam, that one doesn't connect, bam, that one connects. So we're going to go ahead and look at the type of pattern it makes. So it connects like this, in your own. So it's going to be the horizontal line like before. And this would be the first part of finishing it. You could get the arrow, which would mean that this would be connecting and this would connecting. It would go like this. But that is after this. But if you get to that, you're lucky. So we're going to go ahead and do this move. So we're going to take the right and move it up. Bring the top left twice. Bring the right side down. Bring the top side right. bring the right side up, and bring the top side right, and then bring the right side down. And then from that, we're going to take the top side and move it right. And from here, we're going to see if any two colors connect. So only one color connects. We're going to have to look at a different color. So orange, you're going to connect it to its orange color. And that connects. That doesn't, that doesn't, that doesn't. So now we're going to go ahead and move on to yellow. So we're going to connect it to yellow. And yellow doesn't, or yellow connects. That doesn't connect. That doesn't connect. Now we're going to find another color that connects. Jeez. Alright. Bam. Okay, so we finally found it. So white connects and then red connects. And as I said before, if you follow it up, it creates the arrow. So we're going to make the left side of the arrow pointed to you, but we're going to flip it to where this corner is going to be right here. So we're going to turn it twice. Bam. Now, that is the correct corner that we're not touching. So we're going to go ahead and move this. So we're going to go up with this right side, so up, then bring the top side left twice like before, then bring the right side down, bring the top side right, bring the right side up, then bring the top side right, and then bring the right side down. And then, here's the magical part, bring the top side right, and then bam, all of the middles are connecting. So blue, white, blue, white. Now, we're going to go ahead and move on to the next step. So if you haven't noticed, a few times throughout this, my cube has changed patterns, and that is because I solved it a little bit too fast and I wanted to redo it. So now we're on to the 7th step, and that is correctly placing the corners. So we don't care about the orientation. So if this one right here, this one's correctly placed, so it's orange, yellow, blue, this is orange, yellow, and blue. It's correctly placed, but it is not correctly orientated. So what we're going to do is find one of these that is correctly placed, and it's either all of them are correctly placed or one of them is, or yeah, that's it. So this one's the correctly placed one, so we're going to put it on our right side. So it's right here, and we're going to take the left side and go up, and then bring the top side, go left, bring the right side and go up, bring the top side and go right, bring the left side and go down, bring the top side and go left, bring the right side and go down, bring the top side and go right. Now, what that did is you should check and see if all of them are correctly placed. And so that one's not, that one is not, and that one is not. So we're going to go ahead and repeat this movement. So up, right, down, right. So now it should be all correctly placed, but not correctly orientated. So if we look, this one is correctly placed, correctly placed, correctly placed. All of them are. And it just so happens this one is correctly orientated. So from here, we're going to move on to step 8. On to step 8, which is changing the orientation of the corners to be correct. And I made one of them incorrect, so now all 4 of them are incorrect. And we're going to start off, and if it's all 4 of them that are incorrect, you get to choose any 2 you want. So we're going to go ahead and just choose these 2. We're going to place it on our right, and we're going to go up with the right, so up, and then left twice with the top, then down with the right, and then the top goes right, and then the right goes up, and then the top goes right, and the right goes down, and now we're going to do the left side. So left goes up, top goes left twice, left goes down, top goes left goes up, and then top goes left, and left goes down. So what that did is that changed the orientation of these 2, which made them correct. And you could have 2 like I do, or you could end up with 3. So I'm going to go ahead and quickly make it to where there's 3. Alright, so now I have 3. So what I like to do is I just like to pretend the third one doesn't exist, and I put 2 of them on my right side. And usually this would make it to where these 2 are the last ones, or it'd make it to where this one doesn't exist and these 2 are the ones that are now incorrect. So I'm going to go ahead and do the same set of movements. So up, left, down, right, down, and then up, left, down, left, up, left, down, and now it made it 2. Now I'm going to quickly go ahead and show you the corners opposite of each other real quick. So let me do that. Alright, so now I have the opposite sides incorrect. So from here, you're just going to pretend like the third one, or 3 of them are correct. So you're going to pretend this one's correct and that one's incorrect, and just do the same old movement. I have a rusty cube. Leave me alone. Now, your cube could be done, or it could have the same two parts again, but just the orientation flipped. And you're just going to go ahead and do this again, and it should be finished. And that is how I solve a Rubik's Cube. This isn't the easiest way, it's not the hardest way, but that's just how I do it. And I'm sorry if you heard anything in the background, or if sometimes I was incoherent. It's like 11 right now. Decided to do this. But yeah, now you have the big brain energy of learning how to do a Rubik's Cube. So I hope that, guys, helped you for a problem you don't even have. And if you like this, maybe I will start making other videos. Thank you. Please leave a like. Maybe just kind of just, you know, just throw it for me. Come on. Thank you.